Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video we're going to do something different. We're going to work on some server stuff. So let me switch the camera around and show you what I'm working on. Okay, this server is my Unraid server. I have Plex on here, Minecraft server, and a couple other things on here. Some VMs for testing, stuff like that. So I want to add a cache drive to this guy. So I right now have 12 3.5-inch bays, and they're all filled with hard drives, so I don't have any room to put an SSD in here. And this is an older server. This is a Lenovo RD430. This server does not have an M2 slot, so what I'm going to do is, let me show you. Bought a NVMe drive, Intel, and then I bought a PCI Express adapter. And this will allow me to install the NVMe drive on the server, and then I can use it as a cache drive within Unraid. So I'm going to show you how it hooks up to the card once I figure out how to open up the box, and show you how it's done. Okay, so I opened up the package. This adapter card comes with two slots, and one slot is for PCIe based M2 drives, which would be an NVMe drive, PCI Express. You can see right there, NVMe, PCI Express. When you buy an M2 drive, it will list if it's PCI Express based or SATA based, and the other slot is SATA based. So we're going to use this slot right here. We'll mount the card in there like that, and then we'll put it in the server. So let me put the card, or let me put the SSD on the card, and I'll turn the camera back on. I just want to quickly show, this is how the drive goes into the slot, and then these are the spacers. So when you push the drive down, it doesn't bind or anything, and it's at a nice level. And then it comes with a little screw, so you can tighten it down so it doesn't pop out of the socket. And then it comes with another package here for the second drive. What I noticed is it gives you one screw and one like washer or whatever you want to call it, spacer. But it doesn't give you another screw to attach the spacer to the board. So I'm going to have to steal the screw out of this package, which means that I can't put a second drive in there until I get more screws, which is okay for now, but FYI, if you get one of these, that's what they come with, and you'll have to get extra screws. So I'm going to install this now and be right back. Alright, the drive is now secured to the card. I had to use one screw on the bottom to hold the spacer, and then one screw to hold the SSD to the adapter. So right now I'm going to go ahead and open up the case on the server, and then we'll look at the inside of the server once I have the case off. Alright, we have the server case off, so we can see inside the server here. Right here you have your riser for PCI Express cards. You also have a riser here for PCI Express cards, but this one is full with the HBA that I'm using, and then this is a SAS expander. So that's what the server uses to get all 12 drives up front. So right now this is available, and I'm going to take this out and put the card in it. If you have never used the server before, this just slides out. You got to wiggle it back and forth. and this slides out. So we could see we have a lighting. We have a slot available up top. It looks like a 16x slot up there. This slot's already used for USB 3, and then we also have another slot on the back side, and that looks like a 4x or 8x slot as well. So I'm going to just use the 16x up there for right now. I don't have anything that uses 16x. Hold on, let me turn on the... There we go. Now we can see a little bit better. I'm a horrible cameraman. I'm sorry. Right here you can see 16x is the top one, and there's two 8x. So that slot right there with the USB card is an 8x, and the one on the back is an 8x as well. So very cool riser card. Gives you a lot of PCI Express lanes, so you can use them. But I'm going to just put this card in. You know what? I'll put it on the back side because I might use that 16x for something else. So I'm just going to install this. Looks like I'm going to need to use the half height adapter. I'll install that, and then it should go right in there. So I'll show you what it looks like after I'm done. Alright, we got the card installed here with the half height adapter on the card. And we're going to put it back in the server. So, just slides right back in the way we took it out. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Make sure I'm lining it up. And then just slowly press it in. Make sure it's going in evenly. And make sure that it pushes into the slot correctly down here. And you're good to go. So that's pretty easy install. Now I have to put the cover back on and look at what it looks like in Unraid. So I'm going to switch over to the computer.
Hello everyone. I lost the footage from my phone showing you guys the NVMe drive on the Unraid server. So I'm going to quickly mimic what I did. This is me editing the video, and let's switch over to Chrome and I can show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have the NVMe drive installed on the server. You can see that it shows up as a NVMe drive and not just like an SSD that's SATA based by the device name. So you can see my Unraid box. I booted it up, or I'm mimicking booting it up fresh from installing the drive. When you first boot it up, it's going to have no NVMe drive assigned. So you want to go ahead and select this drive as the cache drive. If I remember correctly, it had to format the drive before I could use it as cache, and then I could go from there. So once you select the drive, you see it's marked as the cache drive, and you just want to start your array then, and that's really about it. It's pretty straightforward, fairly quick.
For those of you that don't know, this is my solar powered home lab. So switch runs off solar, server runs off solar most of the day, and then when the battery voltage gets too low, it'll switch over to line voltage, which my provider is AEP. And I have a script that I wrote that will automatically switch it over based on voltage, and I will show that in a later video. So anyway, just a quick FYI that if people don't know, stay tuned for updates on that.